their journeys into the weekend. Unfortunately, we did lose our defending champion, Kim Hyo-ju, who made the cut but withdrew at the start of play today. Timothy Lowe here at the Pinks Golf Club. Good to have your company this Saturday afternoon. It's a 27-hole property designed by Theodore Robinson, and in 2005 became the first Korean golf course to receive Golf Digest's top 100 courses in the world recognition. It's a property steeped in history, hosted many professional events, and these are your feature groups this afternoon. Yoonji, Ji-young, and the unheralded Yoon Hwa-young, who's outside the top 100 on the money list, playing for playing rights next year. But it's Hae-ran, Lee Six, and Hyun Kyung in the penultimate group, making the big moves so far on moving day. So-mi had it to 11 under par, but dropped a shot at the 6 to leave her in that tie at the top. Again, just 5 events, including this one, left in what has been a brilliant 2022 season. Top 60 at the end of the year will keep their cards for 2023. But for Kim Soo-ji, she's playing for so much more, looking to make inroads into the lead of Park Min-ji. She's not going to do it even if she wins this championship. 144 million Korean won up top. She's over 200 million won behind Park Min-ji, who for the second season in a row sits at the summit of the Korean money list as we bathe and bask in the glory of Mount Halla, the highest point in South Korea and on Jeju Island, the dormant volcano that is such a prominent geographical fixture on this little slice of paradise just south of South Korea. Well, 2022 has seen plenty of brilliant finishes, wonderful championships, 8 first-time winners, including Yoo Hyo-ju's triumph at the Wii Mix Championship last week. But only 3 ladies, beg your pardon, have managed to win more than one time this year. Hyun Kyung, not one of them. She hasn't even got the scoreboard this year, but she hasn't missed a cut. The only KLPGA professional in 2022 to achieve that feat. Did not look pleased with that shot into the 9th, but it's going to worm its way back off the backboard. And that's a putt to get to 10 under par and make it a 4-way tie. Yoo Hae-ran started slow with a bogey at the first, but has reeled off 3 birdies since to leave her at the top of the leaderboard. And that's okay. Decent shot for Hae-ran, who struck it beautifully through the first 2 days and just hasn't really made any putts. Scary thought. You realize she's tied for the lead. Lee Six, well, she showed us more than one way to hole out yesterday. Eagle 2 at the 8th. At the 6th, the hold bunker shot for birdie at 12, putts going in from everywhere to leave her in this position. She's blemish-free for Saturday. And that is nicely worked off the slope for the 2019 LPGA Rookie of the Year. The 2019 US Women's Open, but hang on a minute. That took that secondary little slope and just works its way another couple of feet further off for Lee Six. Now, Yoon Hwa-young, what a story it would be for this young lady. She's made the turn, 6 under par. Plays a nice little shot into the 10th. Outside the top 100 on the money list right now, sits in 103rd. Even a runner-up finish here, a top 3 finish would give her a glimmer of hope with a couple of events to go. Now, Soo-ji looks to be attacking in 2. No, 260 not going to reach, and certainly not on that line. Careful, there's a flower bed on the left. Okay. One of those times where you're glad you hit it bad enough that it doesn't really run into any trouble. 2 wins this season for Kim Soo-ji at the OK Savings Bank Seri Park Invitational, and backed it up the very next week at the Hana Financial Group Championship. So-mi, very much in the same boat as Hyun Kyung, has had a decent year on the KLPGA, just hasn't return to the winner's circle since her triumph at the Diowania MBN Ladies Open back in 2021, a season that saw her lift 2 trophies. Bae So-hyun certainly wouldn't be considered the odds-on favorite in this final group. She's got a wealth of experience, her 11th year as a professional. It took her 6 years to get on the KLPGA Tour. Enjoying a good consistent season, has never lost her KLPGA Tour card since her rookie season in 2017. The 2018 Rookie of the Year, Lee Six. Just saw that putt take that little slope you see about 6 feet in front of her. So the first part of this putt's going to be fairly slow. Pace was all right. Lee Six. Tidy opening 9 of 34 on Saturday. The last time we saw her on the KLPGA was the KLPGA Championship at Ildong Lake. She was 20th in the world then. She's 50th now. This is Jung Yoon-ji, who broke through for a maiden title at the E1 Charity Open. Survived a 5-hole playoff for that breakthrough title. Just giving herself a look to get to 9 under. Heyran. Makeable coming up the hill, just a touch outside the right edge. Trying to play that straight, just worms its way left of the cup. Still, like Lee Six, can't be disappointed with a front 9 of 34. 3 co-leaders at 10 under par. It could be 4 in a moment or two, because Park Hyun-kyung has this to go out in 33. And second on the putting stats so far this season. Right in her wheelhouse. Stay up. It does. And now there's 4 at 10 under par. Goodness me. 20 KLPGA Tour titles split amongst our 4 co-leaders. A 2-time KLPGA champion, the most recent player to join that mark at 10 under. Congested is an understatement. A hole ahead, Jung Yoon-ji for a sandy birdie to take her to 9 under. He's got the legs. It doesn't. She's enjoyed a good little run of form over the last month and a half. And a bit quiet in the middle of the year after that victory, but she's been piecing together some very solid rounds of golf towards the end of the year. Jung Yoon-ji, she'll stay in a 6-way share of 5th at 5 under par. This 22-year-old got a card at Q School for this season, but she's only made 8 cuts and collected 42 million won in 24 attempts. She missed 7 of her first 8 cuts of the year. Her best finish in her career has been 28th at the Daebo House D Open. But she's not going to birdie the 10. Just looking at the last 5 events on the KLPGA Tour. It's 4 missed cuts and a 43rd at Sunning Point. Currently running in a share of 14th with the Rookie of the Year in waiting, Lee Ae-won, who's having a lovely day. She's 4 under par. Hyun-kyung on the 10th. Well, I was going to say the generously sized fairways here at Pinks, but Kim's missed that one. Could be a real bother. It's par 5, plenty of time. And the rough in that spot, not particularly penal. Aaron's been a driving machine, a ball striking machine throughout all of this season. Doesn't have too many big misses, although we did see one late in the round yesterday. Be able to reach in two today with this pin and this breeze. That was a bit of an unlucky soft bounce for the 5-time tour champion. E6. 26 years of age. So pro back in 2015. She's had her struggles over the last 18 months or so. She is a major champion and no one's going to be able to take that away from her. And the fairway certainly looked a lot softer than they've been throughout the week, but it's a fairway found nonetheless for Lee Six and Hayran. Somi back at 9. His finish on tour this year was on Jeju Island at the season opener in defense of her title. Runner-up finish Jiangsu Yon, not far away from Pinks at the Lotte Sky Hill Golf Club. 4 meters to go. Pins on the upper level, so distance control is paramount here. Oh, safe to say, she got the right number there. This again, 84 meters, just a nice smooth sand wedge for Somi. Well, got the number right. Could have the lead all to herself. She hits the back 9. Suji, bit squirrely with that layup. That's okay. Pretty good there. It's going to be fairly quick from the top side of that hole. Day 3 action rolling along from the Pinks Golf Club on Jeju Island at the SK Network's Seoul Economic Women's Classic, the 28th event on what has already been a blockbuster 2022 season. Six, looking off a slight downhill lie into the 10th. It's on the front right today. So front bunker, not a horrible miss. That one isn't even going to make the front bunker. And you can just see it disappear into some of this thick rough. So it's going to be a test of her short game skills when she gets up to the green. Hayran should be able to comfortably carry it onto the front edge. His second shot playing downhill. Ooh, that's not the bunker I was talking about. That's going to leave New Heiran a rather lengthy splash shot. Hyun-kyung. Which depends on the lie here. If it's sitting up nicely, it's almost an advantage. A bit of air under the ball, a bit of a cushion. She's going to find the same bunker that gobbled up Heiran's ball. Wow, is that an entire bento box for lunch? My goodness, that's a meal for Park Hyun-kyung. I know about keeping her energy levels up, but that seems a bit excessive. Well, 8 straight pars to this point for Kim Soo-ji. Got to be careful with this birdie looker 9. Easy to let it get away from her. Just has to breathe on this. It'll get to the hole. Yeah, there it is. Lovely birdie for Kim Soo-ji, who breaks the duck. The first circle on the scorecard. She trails by just 1 shot. How many times have we seen this scene throughout the year? Soo-ji walking it in with that trademark left-hand fist pump. Tremendously impressive player over the last 18 months. Only Park Min-ji's won more times than Soo-ji. But for Somi, a look to hit the front by 1 once again. You'd think this is a formality. Indeed it is. And Lee So-mi moves into the outright lead at 11 under par with 9 to play on Saturday here at Pink's Golf Club on Jeju Island, seeking a first win of the year and a 6th of her career. It's So-mi at 11 under par. Hyun-kyung, Heiran and Lee 6 a further shot back. can almost afford to play this like a bunker shot for Lee 6 at the 10th. Ball sort of, say 60% nestled into that rough. Use the bounce on your wedge here, so lower the hands. Activate that bounce a little more. There is green to work with because this will be coming in very high and soft, so not an overly complicated shot. Still requires good technique though and acceleration. Aired on the side of caution there. Completely understandable. Not bad at all for Lee 6. And if you're just joining us this Saturday afternoon, a warm welcome to Pink's Golf Club. That is the lady who leads by 1. Lee So-mi, after an outward half of 34, now takes to the 10th tee. Averages just over 222 meters carry off the tee. Yeah, just you see how soft those fairways are. We saw them quite bouncy over the first pair of days here. Heyran. It's a long bunker shot. And it looks to be a potentially very awkward lie for the 21-year-old. Ball pitched in the bunker and it just rolled to this point. Bit of an unlucky break, and she's off an uphill lie, which means it's rather difficult to try and play that chunk and run. Your best bet here is to try to be brave and sort of fly the ball most of the way. Takes a lot of skill, these shots. Just got the leading edge digging in. Hopefully that's rolled into a slightly flatter spot for Heyran, who's only dropped 2 shots all week. The same number of bogeys she made when she won at Gimhae Gaya back in April. Now, Lee Ga-young finally can call herself a KLPGA Tour winner after her triumph at the Dongwoo Construction Korea Championship about a month ago. She'd like to call herself a 2-time winner with the form she's displaying today. Beautiful flick wedge into the 12. Look at a birdie to move to 9 under upcoming for Lee Ga-young. Been such a tremendously popular character on the KLPGA Tour for years, as has this lady. Park In-kyo, who hopefully is a much easier shot than Heyran, lie-wise anyway. Still a bit of an upslope to deal with. But at least she can craft out a decent stance. Just got tangled up in the fringe a bit. Killing a bit of speed, but not bad at all. So she's going to be laying up here. Okay, just trying to pop that in the front right bunker. And that's going to be okay. Although that's not going to make it. That lie doesn't look very appetizing, does it? Heyran, take 2. So hard to trust and commit to flying it most of the way to the hole. So big Yu Heyran under pressure to avoid a drop shot at what has proved to be one of the easier holes on the West Course this week. Sits 3rd on the money and the points list. Was leading the points list for most of the year. Heyran. Just the form that Kim Soo-ji has displayed, and Park Min-ji after the last 2 major championships. Just enough to Move past her on the point standings. Lee 6. So downhill. Should want to move right on her. The opportunity to draw level with Lee So-mi. That one shot right straight off the club face. Just a bar. So scorecard, no damage. ENG hole ahead at 11. To this tabletop green, pins in the front left corner of it today. Somewhere right about there. Excellent shot from Jung Eun-ji, who's going to get some help from the backboard. Brilliantly worked out from the 21-year-old who'll be celebrating her birthday in a couple of weeks' time. She's going to be celebrating as a two-time champion. Now, Heyran, big putt for par. It's tracking beautifully, and she's got it. Well, after all her adventures in the bunker, Heyran emerges unscathed. Yeah, Hyun Kyung. Kind of a similar putt from a little bit closer. Bit of right to left. And right in the middle. Birdie, birdie, round 9 and 10. And Park Hyun Kyung joins Lee So-mi at 11 under par. And for the chasing pack, like Lee Ka-young, these putts got to start going in. So just don't get the feeling that those players at the top are going to be taking steps back. All right, well done. Good birdie at 12 for Lee Ka-young. Gains no ground. It's Park Hyun Kyung anyway. So she moves to within 2. Suji waited for the green to clear. Intentions are clear here from 195. Start at the left edge of the green. It's just going to... Oh, what a break that is. She skips through the bunker and is now on the left fringe. When you're having the year she's having, breaks like that don't surprise you. You go to 12, this 11, excuse me. 350 meter par 4, plays slightly up the hill. New co-leader Park Hyun Kyung finds a fairway. Just that right half gives you a marginally better angle to today's pin position. And that par is going to feel like a birdie to Yoo Hae-ran. She's next to go. Remember, this is the hole she tweeted left off yesterday. It was 13. My memory's starting to fade me. It's been a long weekend, everyone. Apologies. That's the shot shape here. Tight draw off those right traps. Not reachable for anyone in the field. That's pretty good. Watched a bit of Bae So-hyun over the last couple of weeks of the KLPJ Tour. E6. She didn't have the best of weeks on the LPGA Tour at Oak Valley last week. 70th place finish, really a non-factor. Although you're not going to see too many players achieve that. It's pitched and stopped. In one of those drainage covers. You will obviously get relief from that. She has had her struggles over the last year or so, but good to see Jung-Eun Lee 6 rekindling some form. Now So-Mi lie doesn't look very good at all. A bit of a downslope as well. Can't look up past the flag here. Don't get too cute with this. About as good as she could have done from that spot. Short side with a gaping bunker in front of you. Played a very clever shot there, Lee So-Mi. So there's a chance for birdie. Yeah, Jung Eun-ji after that wonderful second shot into 11. She takes full advantage. That's only a second birdie of the afternoon. She's played the first 15 holes on this layout very well this week, but both her drop shots have come in the closing 3 holes each day. Now here's Bae So-hyun bunkered at the 10th. Not a difficult up and down this one. I've seen a lot of her over the last couple of weeks in the KLPGA Tour. Hugely impressive player, can shift it with the best of them. One of the longest hitters, but she's the only player on the first 2 pages of the leaderboard who's over par for this third round. Kim Min-joo, 63rd on the money list at the start of the week, putting together a Herculean effort this Saturday afternoon. Opened with a 67, fell back with a 74 yesterday, but she's 6 under the card today with 2 to go. Now Bae off a slide uphill lie. Get plenty of elevation on this one. Going to get this stopped fairly quickly. Contact was a bit of an issue there. That came out a lot lower, but she's going to get away with it. I guarantee you she did not mean to play that shot. But she'll be pleased that there was a bit of a backboard there. Just fell away a bit at Alpenzia last week at the Wii Mix Championship. Finished 35th there. First look of the day at Lee A1 on the closing par 4 18th. Having a nice afternoon. 4 under par, but just off the green here. Just digging the leading edge in a bit there. You could see it just post impact. Missed her landing spot by a good 2 yards. And a tester for par. 50% of the time that 19-year-old finished in the top 10 this year. That's quite the rookie campaign. Now back to Suji, the only lady who's got a better top 10 finish percentage than Lee A1. Eagle look from over 60 feet. Swings out right, then comes back left. Needs to take a chair. Not a bad effort. Not a guaranteed birdie. Back down 11 and Lee 6 after taking relief, free relief, needs to be said, from the drainage cover. Now ready to take on this second shot. Remember we saw Jung Eun-ji use that sort of backboard behind the pin to feed it down close. See that just over that trap. It's a tabletop green. Coming in with quite a long iron. I think this would be a 6 or a 5 for Lee 6. safely aboard. Good smart shot there from Jung-un. Somi to move one clear again. Got to start this at least outside the left edge. Easy to lose it low. Got to keep that speed up. Stay positive. Oh, it's just enough for Lee So-mi. Creeps in on the left edge. And like Park Hyun-kyung, birdie round the turn. So-mi's name hits the summit of the leaderboard once again. Hyun-kyung, a group ahead. Just air a little right of this pin. Left is a big no-no here. Not that far right though. No dramas, but nothing to write home about for Park Hyun-kyung at 11. Iran certainly with the highest trajectory of the three players in this penultimate threesome. Need it here. It's a terrific line if it's got the number. It doesn't quite get as high up the slope as Jung Yoon-ji's, but an excellent shot nonetheless from Yoo Hae-ran. So-mi leads by 1 over Hyun-kyung and 2 over Lee Six and Yoo Hae-ran. Everyone's hit the back nine Saturday afternoon at Pinks, and Bae So-hyun with this to balance the books for this third round to get back to where she began the weekend. Yeah, confidently rolled in for Bae So-hyun. Nice birdie takes her back into a share of 5th. In 3 of the championship lead. So So-mi in for birdie, Bae So-hyun in for birdie, Kim Soo-ji pin high in 2. Don't like the walk to 11 if this one doesn't drop. Stay fairly straight this one. Curiously electing to take the flagstick out here. Normally a proponent of leaving the pin in even when she's putting. To double digits under par. Doesn't really count as a 3-putt. That first one was from the edge of the green. It's going to feel like a opportunity wasted for Kim Soo-ji at the start of the back nine. Up to the end of the round, Lee Ye-won. This uphill right to lefter for a 68. Well, takes a little victory lap, but it drops in. Tidy Saturday effort from Lee Ye-won, just outside the top 10. 6 under par with 1 round to play. Jung Yoo-ji from the top of the hill on 12. Gem of an iron shot into 11. Can she follow it up here on 12? Just a little past the pin, but not bad. Get it right this time. That's the 11th tee. We'll find the final group of the day. Just looking up the right half of the fairway. That's a low hunting draw. Should get some run. There it goes. Okay. It's just turned it over a fraction in the fairway, but a slightly poorer angle to this left pin. Not that it's going to bother her, though. Up on the green, Park Hyun Kyung. About a 35-footer for birdie. Doesn't do too much break-wise. Just a smidge from the right. So working its way up the hill gently all the way. That would have looked so good as it approached the cup. Raises the edge, and it's just a par. One missed cut in the last 2 years on tour. A real pinnacle of consistency in the KLPGA now. E6. More movement from right to left than Hyun Kyung's. Pretty flat. Brave effort. She's one of those players that doesn't seem to have the, in air quotes, the professional miss when she putts. Usually misses it low, i.e. that ball doesn't really have a chance. But when she does match up speed and line, and it has happened on more than one occasion, she can make them in bucket loads. Brilliant chance for Heyran to get to 11 under par. He's missed a couple of these this week. And that's the difference. At the end of play Sunday afternoon, she leaves here without the championship trophy. I think she can fairly safely point to those short-range misses throughout the week. That was the culprit. Because, as we said at the start of the show, tee to green really has been a proper ball-striking display. She's made a fair chunk of birdies as well, 12 in fact. I think if that putter behaved, this might have been a runaway at the top of the leaderboard for Heyran. Frustrating 2-putt par. Golf's a crazy game. You hold a 20-footer to save a par at 10 and you miss an 8-footer for one at 11. Ticklish one down the slope for Jung Yun Ji. Ahead at the 12. Gently moving right. Stay up, stay up. Almost. It's been a real trademark. Design here at Golf Club. Rather generous fairways. Doesn't punish you too much off the tee. But it forces you to think, what kind of angle do I want to leave myself to attack some of these pins? The task is simplified a bit by the softer nature of the golf course this week. So, right, turn a draw off that TV tower. Just carries the bunker, but that's going to finish on the top side of that ridge, leaving her an awfully quick putt for birdie. It's just the difference. Coming in from the left half of the fairway on that angle, you only got 6 paces of room between the edge of the bunker and the hole as you're coming from the right half. Give yourself a little bit more margin for error. Now Suji trying to hit the same shot. Start at that TV tower. So start at right of the TV tower. Yeah, that's a good shot from Kim Suji. Right about pin high. Bay, shortest of the 3 shots. Her playing partners try to turn and draw back towards this pin. Same club though. Started right, it's staying right. Small consolation on the correct level of the green. So Me hits the front on moving day with a pair of birdies at 9 and 10. But Hyun Kyung, after going 4 under through 11, is just 1 shot back here on day 3 at Pink's Golf Club for the SK Network Seoul Economic Women's Classic. Kim from the top of the hill on 12. Green sits well below the level of the players. Really just trying to hit a shot that carries about 120 here. Pretty good from there. There's a moment ago now, live with Jenna Lee 6. Sleepy lies. Have to learn to deal with them if you want to tee it up at pinks. Just that ball coming in a little bit flatter, not able to grab as quickly as she would have liked, but that's a pretty makeable putt just off the back fringe. Hayron, it's a nice flat line, maybe even a bit of an upslope here for Hayron. Looking to attack here. Attack she does. Don't think she's going to miss that one. Stellar shot from Yoo Hae-ran into the 12th hole. Hyun. That's similar putt to Hyun Kyung's. Gentle right to lefter, slightly up the hill. Hit that with some authority, straight through the break. Ooh, very poor putt from Bae. He's just gotten it back to even par for this third round. Jung Yoo-ji ahead on 13. Like the 11th, the second shot played to a tabletop green, pin on the front right. Once again, Jung Yoo-ji going flag hunting. You see that slope about 4 feet in front of Lee So-mi. See how small those practice swings are. Just wants to get it to the crest of that slope and let gravity do the rest. Here it comes. And there it goes. Yeah, it really is a game of inches. That ball, maybe the softer bounce in the fringe. Stays on the lower level of the green. Gives her a makeable birdie, but now she's scrambling for par and really hasn't hit a bad shot on this hole. So important to be in the correct sections of these greens. It's the main defense of the West course at pinks. Now, Suji, just short of pin high. Like most, you think this is half a ball outside the right. Certainly not much more than that. And unlike So-mi, she can be aggressive with this. Can afford to hit it with some authority. And in it goes for Kim Soo-ji, who now joins the double-digit under par club. 6 players under par, well, double digits under par, I should say. Certainly swung a lot more than I read. So brilliant work there by Kim Soo-ji. With So-mi not stone dead for a par, she could be only one back. Now, Bae So-hyun to avoid the immediate drop shot after her birdie at 10. Doesn't look like she's giving this enough outside the left. Yeah, well, a very poor stroke. Tentative 3-putt bogey. Drops Bae So-hyun back into solo 9th at 8 under. Kim, another great chance to get to 12. 2 cups outside the right. Oh, she hasn't hit it. She hasn't hit it. What a shame that. Already dropped a shot today at the 6th hole. Missed a putt shorter than this, did Lee So-mi. That just swerved left. 3-putt drop shot for Lee So-mi. And now there's 3 in the lead. Tumbles back to 11 under par. E6. It's makeable. It's on the low side again. She is fighting, sir. She's fighting very hard. She is squarely in the picture. 10 under. ENG. It's a 10 under par as well. She stays aggressive with her irons. She's keeping the speed up with the putter, continuing to pick apart this golf course is Jung Yoon-ji. It's the 3rd birdie of this Saturday. Just before just a couple of moments ago, Yoo Hae-ran to make it a 3-way tie at the top of the leaderboard. No mistakes this time from Hae-ran. Hae-ran, Hyun-kyung, So-mi at 11 under, Yoon-ji, Lee 6 and Soo-ji at 10. Min-ju in the clubhouse after a 66. These are at 9 under par. This is the 379-meter par 4 12. Plays a lot shorter than that on the scorecard because of the elevation changes that the players deal with on this 12th hole. The fairway sits about 20 meters below the level of the tee, so you do get a little extra carry and you do get a little extra run. You get a lot of run if you take on that bunker. You carry that corner of the bunker, pitch is on a downslope, and everything worms its way down towards the green. We saw Kim Hyo-joo hit a 308-meter tee shot on Thursday. You can catch a bit of a speed slot. Sends your ball tumbling down that hill. But the pin today on this 12 in the back section of the green, almost in the high point of it. It's 21 from the front and just 5 from the left. Obviously the bunker, the back bunker, is a big no-no, but you don't feel that's going to come into play for these girls in the final group. Anything underneath the hole gives you an uphill look for birdie. Now Soo-ji definitely be looking over the left corner of the trap. Has the firepower to clear it easily. That's that speed slot I was talking about. Down you go, down you go. Keep on rolling. Well, this could be one of the longest drives of the week at the 12th for Kim Soo-ji. Smack in the middle of the fairway. So neat. Just a little bit further left than Soo-ji. Flatter ball flight. That ball doesn't quite get that big first kick, but it's going to get a little help from that slope. That looks to have found a relatively flat line. Last. This was a little bit earlier on. Kim Min-ju would have been for a round of 65, wouldn't go. A terrific bogey-free round of 66. It's going to leave her at 9 under par with 1 round to play. A round that could potentially keep her with a job on the KLPGA Tour in 2023. Jung Yoon-ji has not missed a green on a par 3 all week long. The iron shots she's hit over the last 2 holes, you can certainly see why. Team played over its par yesterday. Smack in the middle of the green today on the upper shelf, and that's another stellar iron shot from Jeong Eun-ji, who is taking dead aim at everything on Saturday. Just 20 years of age. It's a rookie season on the KLPGA Tour. He's 5th on the rookie points list. She is having a wonderful week here on Jeju Island, Kim Min-ju. Somi from the middle of the fairway at 12. Good view at what she faces here. Such a fighting looking pin to attack. Just can't quite get that soft first bounce. No problem in Lee 6 territory there. Okay, so here, not used to not hitting last. But alas, that's what she's got here on 12. 3. With speed comes spin. Should be able to get this one to grab a little bit quicker than Somi's with good contact. Excellent. Excellent shot from Lee So-hyun, who's battling very nicely despite not having her best stuff on Saturday. Look at this, Kim Soo-ji. And you could throw it on the green from where this tee shot's finished up. 110-meter tee shot. Gotta convert though. Drive a low spinning wedge in, and well, just clunky contact. That's what happens when you don't quite nip it as cleanly as you'd like. It's still only from 48 meters away. She's given herself a decent look. Now up to the 13th. Tee shot that bothered Yoo Hae-ran yesterday. She split the fairway on this occasion, but it's going to be Park Hyun-kyung first to go. And I've said it all throughout the season. Probably one of the best players in the game with a hybrid club in hand. 149 here. This elevated green, pin tucked on the front right on that little shelf. She averages, mind you, about 12 feet from this range with this club in hand. That's some impressive accuracy. Started bang on line. How's your yardage? Oh, pretty good. Pretty darn good for Park Hyun-kyung. One of your 3 co-leaders at 11 under par. A chance to break the deadlock. Hae-ran. A couple of yards further up. Be a 6 iron. That's a bit of a sloppy miss from you. E6, last to go. Only a 7 iron. Taking dead aim here. That 1-2 starting out right. Not quite turning back. Well, it's an easier up and down than Hae-ran's. A bit of an uncharacteristic miss from prime position for Lee 6. Jeong Eun-ji for yet another birdie to tie the lead. Ooh, it just stays high. Sony pins out, so her intentions are clear here. Absolutely clogged that. He rolls about 1.5 foot past. Maybe a little longer than that. Heron looking to bump this one through the rough. It's a risky play. Easy to have this ball stand up on you and just kill all its momentum. But she's read it well. She's played it beautifully. Great little shot there from Yu Hei-ran. She enjoys coming to Jeju Island. 3 of her wins have come on the largest of the islands in the South Korean peninsula, twice at the Jeju Samdasu Masters at Elysium, not too far from here. Something about the island life agrees with Hei-ran. Stays tied at the top. How congested is it going to be? Because Kim Soo-ji has this snaking left to right her to make it a quartet at 11 under. Now, provided she gets it to the hole. After that massive tee shot, she's going to be disappointed once again. It's all about power. Eagle look at 10. Only a par, and well, only a par there after a 310-meter tee shot. But Park Hyun-kyung, this will look to go into the solo lead at 12 under. And goes into the lead, she does. That's a 5th birdie of the afternoon, and Park Hyun-kyung assumes control of this championship by 1 shot. To the yo-yo round of Bae So-hyun. Wouldn't surprise me at all if this one found its mark. And capitalizes after an excellent wedge shot. 3 birdies against 3 bogeys. Bae So-hyun stays 3 back. Okay. So unfamiliar territory now, not leading this championship. Maybe that'll free her up. Remains to be seen. 6 holes to go. Your championship leader, your new championship solo leader, now heads to the par 3 14th. It's 166 meters and one of the most scenic holes on the entire property. The pin today just on the top step of this 2-tiered green, 25 from the front, 7 from the left. It's a gettable pin if you're locked in with your irons. No real trouble, barring a terrible miss, long left or short right. So with a good, solid strike with your tee shot, you should leave yourself on the right side of 20 feet for birdie. Obviously, below the hole ideal to leave yourself the uphill putt. That's on a nice line for Hyun-kyung. A bit of a soft bounce, but no problems.
7번? 6번? 일단 뒤 훅반하는데 6번은 저렇게 안 가나? 왜냐면 7번 쳤을 때 그때 여기까지 비슷해. 자, 이제 플레이하겠습니다. 계단 잠시 멈춰주세요. 계단 멈춰주세요.
Ball flight. She'll have to land this maybe only 6-7 yards short of the pin. She plays a back foot trapper, trying to run it up. 6 iron indicates it's probably the former option. And that's certainly launched up into the stratosphere. Yeah, pretty good result there.
아니 괜찮아. 저기 그냥
5 top 10 finishers to start the season for Hei-ran. 4 of those top 5s, including her win at the Nixon St. Nine Masters. Back down 13. Kim Soo-ji. Hit a wide target here. Keep it left of that bunker. Yeah, a bit like Lee Hei-ran, hasn't been the ball striking. It's been an issue for Soo-ji on Saturday. It's just been the flat stick. She's been trying to complete those conversions. Well, back to 14 and Lee 6. She became runner-up to Yoo Hei-ran at the Jeju Samdasu Masters back in 2020. Woman Lee 6. She finds herself looking up at Hei-ran's name once again. But all 3 players safely aboard at the 166-meter par 3. Somi. It's been an interesting season for Lee Somi. Normally such a consistent player. Just hasn't really been able to string 4 good rounds together. She does it on occasion, but there's always one sort of niggly mental error or a poor swing that leads to the odd bad round. She's only 1 back. She sets off at the 13th. It's another day in paradise. And it's Park Yoon-kyung who leads the way after a 5th unanswered birdie of the day takes her to 12 under par. going to be a fairly slow one for Hyun Kyung up the slope at 14. She's got the measure of that quite nicely. Good speed there from your championship leader. Iron bar keeps Park Hyun Kyung at 12 under. Somi back on the 13th with a 6 iron to this tucked little front right flag. And this one heading towards the center of the green. Just past pin high, but that putt's going to have quite a bit of left to right in it. Now Lee 6. Similar to the putt on 11, sort of a gentle right to left breaker, slightly up the hill. And straight into the bottom of the cup for Jung-un Lee 6. Birdie, the first since the third. And now she gets within 1. Park Hyun Kyung, her playing partner. Suji. No breeze to speak of for the second day in a row on the island. Suji getting that one to land like a butterfly with sore feet. Excellent distance control from Suji. Now Hee-ran, an outside chance to tie the lead. And the hole will collect that one. Yoo Hee-ran all of a sudden coming to life on this inward half. Birdies on 12 and 14. And now there's parity at the summit of the leaderboard once more, with Yoo Hee-ran joining Park Hyun Kyung at 12 under. Good look at the par 4 15th while we have a moment. 343 meters. Wide target off the tee. Slightly up the hill. There's a pair of bunkers on the left-hand side really shouldn't be a problem for the players. No one's going to be able to reach them even downwind. The second shot, this is a real familiar scene at Pinks. We play slightly uphill to an elevated green guarded by 3 bunkers. A big old one on the right-hand side, a tiny one at the back edge, which may come into play if you stray off the straight and narrow off the tee. The pin today all the way in the back, 20 from the front and just 4 paces from the right edge. There is a little slope which can kick your ball left if you hug the right fringe, but really the smart play is 15 feet pin high left. Okay. Short birdie putts not going in, but the long ones certainly are for Yoo Hee-ran. He now has the honor on his 15th tee. Left edge of the fairway is ideal for the players to attack this pin. And do nicely. Six after a string of 10 pars in a row. Breaks that chain with a deuce at 14. it, and for good reason. Just play the ball a little bit further back in the stance with driver than most ladies on the KLPGA Tour. It's equally as effective. All three players finding the target at the 15th. Somi. Big swing from left to right in this one. Moving away from her downhill ever so slightly. It's on a good line. Oh, just a little too much speed, but a good positive effort there from Lee So-mi. Checking with Lee Ka-young. She plays the par 5 16th. 3 under on the day. Good chance to get to 4. Flying under the radar a bit this week, Lee Ka-young. Just the 72 Open, tidy 68 yesterday. Continuing a steady climb up the leaderboard. Now Kim Soo-ji, got to take advantage of these great iron shots. But always a bit awkward putting through your shadow. Nonetheless, about 8 feet for birdie to get within 1. And she'll get that one to drop. Nicely hold for Kim Soo-ji. Capitalizes on a great approach. Just keeping tabs on the 2 at 12. So-mi finds herself in a 3-way tie for 3rd after Soo-ji's birdie. And that's a solid par. To the 17th hole. First look of the day at Hong Ji-won. She's 3 under par for the championship, not having a brilliant Saturday afternoon. This is a 5-iron with a BMW on the line, and so very close to a new set of wheels. She was 2 under through 5, but a bogey at 6 and a double bogey at the 14th have sent her sliding down the leaderboard. Just see the top 2/3 of the flagstick. 33 left. Looked a bit draggy. Just turn that club face over a little bit. Look at the putt. She's left herself for birdie. Yikes. At least 6. This little preset, pre-shot routine she's got, just rehearsing, setting the wrists early. It's right there. Set the wrist, rotate your shoulders, you can rotate back through. That one is going to work its way back. No! It's tangled up in the fringe for Jung-eun Lee 6. Bit unlucky. Run. This is such a inviting looking pin position. sawed off 8-iron. Saw too much off it. That's no easy putt. Quite a lot of swing from right to left in that. Guy Young to get to 10 under. Right edge putt. And right in the middle for Lee Guy Young. This final group's just fallen behind slightly. Just about half a hole, almost a full hole behind the penultimate group, so got to get their skates on. Suji. Good line, just working a little left. Pretty good. Currently leads the KLPGA Tour's points list. What about the effort of Lee Won, the rookie, who sits fourth on the main points list, just ahead of Jihan So, who rounds out your top 5. Park Min-ji, who's second on the points list, hasn't really had it going this week. Bogey double finished to her round of 74 today, so she's in a tie of 31st, but will continue to add to that 1.2 billion won already earned this season. And Hee Jung, just over 700 million, rounds out the top 5 on that list, but well, Ye-won not going to be caught on the Rookie of the Year points race. Dazzling talent in prospect. Can't wait to see what the future holds for the teen titan. So we pretty much be considered one of the veterans of the KLPGA Tour now. That's more like it from So Mi. Beautifully done. Pin high. Just left of it. Just getting a warning from the rules official there. Pick up the pace, ladies. Starting to fall behind. Hyun Kyung. And on 17 yesterday, showed some real creativity using the slope. She's almost got to ride this ridge here. She's got the pace and almost had the line. What a terrific leg putt from Park Hyun Kyung on the 15th hole. It's been a very steady and assured performance on Saturday afternoon. The two-time major champ who keeps herself at 12. And more importantly, in a tie for the lead. Here on, you can see that slope on your TV screens that she's going to be putting over. Does it look like she's allowing for much borrow? Oh, there it is. Takes a hard left turn there. Be pleased with a 2-putt. Two co-leaders, 12 under, just sharing a little light-hearted moment. Now, Very quick one for Lee 6, but about 5 feet of fringe to go through. Easy for this ball to bobble offline. Just looked like someone kicked it about 3 feet into that putt. It's always the tricky thing with those quick putts coming out of the fringe. You've got to hit it hard enough that it holds its line through the sticky surrounds, but they're not so hard that it's carrying too much speed once it hits the surface. And a little bit of cleaning up to do. So up to 17 and hole G1 to capitalize on an excellent tee shot. Nice birdie. Home G1. Level pegging on the day. Quite a knee knocker for Lee 6. Inside left edge. A nice square club face, a good positive stroke. Was all round at the 15th. Lee 6. It's the penultimate group now with a whole cushion over these ladies in the final group. Suji for her birdie. Ooh, that's going to delay things a little bit because she's definitely going to put a spot on that one. You want to stay aggressive, but it's a little too aggressive there. Now to the par 5 16th. Yuhei Ran. Just be looking out to the right edge of the fairway. Hold gently doglegs around some trees. Everyone's playing this as a 3-shotter. Gets past the apex of the dogleg. Good position there. Smiles. Two ladies at 12 under. 6, just a further shot back. Up to the right, but yeah, a 3-shot hole. Real trouble there for Jing'an. Chance to go. Things ended the way they did right now. These 3 would be in the final group tomorrow afternoon with all to play for on Sunday. Certainly enjoy each other's company, and we certainly have enjoyed following them around so far on day 3. Somi, huge putt to draw back into a tie for the lead. There were 3. Nice deuce for Lee So-mi, who quickly jog over to the 15th tee. Already 1 warning for a bad time given to the final threesome. What you want to see when Kim Soo-ji grinding over this for par. Okay. Nicely hold. Follow suit. Scamper off to the par 4 tee box about 60 yards away. Lee Ga-young, 17. G1 almost stick it in the jar. Oh, and Lee Ka-young is going to catch the bunker. Could have done with another club there. Is that roll back into the flat spot, or is it just perched in the grass face? We'll have to see when Young gets down to the green. Somi, after that little jog, will get us underway at the 15th. Never a nice feeling when you're being tailed by a referee, given a warning for slow play. 3 bad times and be assessed a penalty. I like this 15th hole. He's birdied it both days so far. Just giving that one an extra look. It's fine. Hyun Kyung trying to leave herself a good number for her third shot into this par 5 16. That one's going to go scuttling along. As long as it stays in the fairway. Yeah, you fancy she's going to be in a mood to attack this soft front left pin. Water shouldn't come into play with today's hole location. Barring a cold shank anyway. E6. Bit of a hanging lie here, so you've just got to be careful. It's not an overly problematic shot, but it's one that will grab your attention. Sounded like good contact. That's a good result. Back in play. It was the 2018 KLPGA Rookie of the Year. Wasting little time with this layup. She struggled with this layup over the first 2 rounds, but no problems there today. For the first time this week, she'll be playing her third shot to 16 out of the fairway. Must be a nice change. Suji back on 15. Pipes one down the left-hand side. Okay, balls roll back into the flat of the bunker, so not a difficult shot. One that these professionals would have spent hours practicing. Really straightforward splash and run. Don't need to get too cute with it. Go in, why don't you? Oh, beautifully demonstrated by Lee Ka-young there. Out of the bunker with no incident as well. So a steady par will keep Lee Ka-young at 10 under, but it's Hae-ran and Hyun Kyung who have company in the form of Lee So-mi after your overnight co-leaders birdie at the 14th. 3-way tie here on Saturday on Jeju Island. E6 into the 16th. It's 5 on 5 from the left. There's a little slope on the left edge of the green, which you can use to screw this ball back to the hole. Let's throw it straight at it, why not? Excellent from Lee 6. Got the perfect number. She's executed that brilliantly. Smooth rhythm. One hop, throws the parachute out. I think that could be to tie the lead. At least get it to 12 under. Now, Hayran. Fairly dialed in all day long. Just trying to picture carrying this to E6's ball, one hop and stop, same equation. Abbreviated follow through, trying to trap this one in a little lower. Okay. Not spectacular. And a birdie look. Look at that size of the divot. You really got Stephen trap that one. Trying to keep that club face as square as possible. The far edge of the fairway. Actually club up here, just try to play a soft sort of floating shot that doesn't have quite as much spin on it. She's going for the high spinner. And it was the right shot. A real wedge game masterclass from Hayran and Lee 6. Hyun Kyung and Lee 6, I should say. Somi back at 15. Birdie puts a spring back in her step. That's going to finish on the back left edge of the green. I thought Hyun Kyung's putt was difficult. Somi's got the only putt that could have been harder. I'd even have to throw that ball off into the fringe at some point to have it hang a hard right back. I won't be surprised if she chips that actually. Tries to take that slope out of play entirely. Well, she can't see it from back in the fairway. The green complex obscured by the mounding surrounding the fairway traps. Yeah, Suji. In the shadows of the left edge with the 7-iron. It's going straight at it. Just a little left, but pretty good. Decent size crowd for a cool Saturday afternoon on Jeju Island, gathering around 16 as Hayran sizes up this look at birdie. Hyun Kyung and Lee 6 in close already. If you struggle with your putting, these are the putts you don't actually mind. Because it's one of those situations where you hit a good putt, if it goes in, great. If it doesn't, you're not overly disappointed. There's no expectations kind of weighing you down. It's an appealing looking putt for a righty. Uphill, but a cup of movement to the left. Under borrowed from Hayran. ENG 17, going with a 6-iron like Lee Ka-young. Like Lee Ka-young. manages to carry it onto the back plateau. And she'll have a look from about 20 feet for birdie. Only 6 to convert. Simplest of birdie looks here. Yes, ma'am. A nice cheer to her loyal supporters as she goes to 4 under par for this third round. Somi, look at this putt. She's almost got to throw this. This has to kiss the fringe, I feel. As it hits that apex, it'll shoot hard right and pick up speed. Anything inside of 4 feet, I think she'd happily take here. Oh, is that high enough? Certainly not, but well, that's a smart putt, actually. Within 4 feet. Should be pleased. If you throw that high up, trying to make it, as it were, it's coming over the steepest part of the slope. It's going to pick up more speed. That was an intelligent decision by So-mi. Yun Kyung to move 1 clear again. Oh no! Well, I mean, that's just inexplicable. That's inexcusable. From that range, putting downhill, surely don't give the hole away. So a golden chance to get to 13 under par. Falls by the wayside for Park Hyun-kil. Now Suji. Uphill putt, just over a slight shelf. Good effort. Lovely pace from Suji. Again, this final group has been given a time warning for falling out of position. Almost a whole par 5 behind the penultimate 3 ball. Okay. Good 2 putt. The only player in the field at 11 under. Solo 5th. Call it a poor par for Park Hyun-kil. Is going to give that one another look. Why oh why did I see right edge? Golf's a game of ifs and buts. Now Jung Yoon-ji ahead at 17, looking to claw within 1. It's going to fall off on the low side. It's an excellent shot today. Just hasn't really extracted the maximum from the ball striking has been. Still 3 under par, nothing to.
근데 플러스 말씀 드려도 나갈 수도 있어. 그런가? 아닌 말고. 한국 해도.
Sharing notes there. You share sponsor.
교수님.
Some very likable personalities out of the KLPGA Tour. There's some talent to boot as well. Suji on 60. Got to keep it a little bit right. Don't want to turn this over and skirt those trees. Even there, that's okay. Only 6 make birdie from there. Just takes us off. tweak this into the left trees and lay up a little bit difficult. He's 6 now, joining the
대표할 때는 그런 끼고
little chin wag on 17T for the first time today. Run into a bit of traffic. All three players at 12 under. They share the lead with Lee So-mi, who's back on 16.
언니 한 번만 발음 교정.
And what a salivating prospect we have for Sunday. The names, the quality of player up at the pointy end of the leaderboard.
대표할 때.
Should be a terrific final round tomorrow afternoon. One of the football leaders back on 16. Lee So-mi. Hands quite a long way forward with the driver. Gets a bit of shaft lead on the big dog. And it works for her. Certainly worked on that occasion. Perhaps this little traffic jam on the 17th tee is going to be music to the ears of the final group, who closed the gap a little bit to the 3-ball in front. Ga Young on the closing hole with an 8-iron from 133. Ooh, a little bit right, but safely on the dance floor with an outside look at a birdie to close, and that would be for a round of 67. Finally, the green is clear on 17. These 6 would be on it. It's going to be a 6-iron in hand as well. Pins cut on that back plateau of the green. Just make sure you get it onto the right step and you have a half-decent look. 5-iron seems like plenty of club. Trying to feather a fade in there. Beautifully played. High soft cut, displaying all the shots. Lee 6. The best tee shots we've seen into the 17th, barring Hong Ji-won's near ace. Just feathering it slightly. Just got so many gears, Lee 6. Like a Chu Hyun Kim on the men's tour. Nice soft cut, nice soft landing. Birdie look awaits the 2019 US Women's Open champion. Can Heyran follow suit? Certainly followed the club choice. Pretty good as well.
거리는 맞는 거 같아.
잘 안 보이는데 그냥 얼추 그냥 거기 근처에 있는.
김타임 오른쪽.
Should be a perfect 5-iron number for her. More than a little left. It's okay. Just on the fringe. Maybe that bump's going to be a factor. Overly complicated. Lead 6 with the best of the 3, staring down a birdie look. Drop back to the 16th, and So-mi with her layup. Just trying to leave herself a nice, comfortable number. This one's turning left a little, needs to get down. Okay. So at the moment, a quartet of players share the lead at 12 under par. 2-time winner this season, Kim Soo-ji, a further shot back. Lee Ga-young is on the 18th at 10 under par with a putt for a 67. looking to chip this one, Park Hyun-kyung, and I think that's a smart play here. I'll take out as much of that little mound you see in the shadows as possible. Just carry it the far side of it. Everything should skip out to the hole. Gonna throw it left though. Carry it right to the top of the slope. Pretty nicely. Got about the same length of putt she missed back on 16 though. That'll be played in the back of her mind. If you're just joining us, what a day we've had at Pink's Golf Club. 4-way tie for the lead. All three players in the penultimate group, and this lady, Lee So-mi, who shared the halfway target of 9 under par with Bae So-hyun coming into the weekend. It's her third shot to the 16th. Should be a good yardage from 97 meters. Pretty good. Up ahead at 17, Yoo-hae Ran to break the deadlock. A birdie look here in Lee 6 in closer. Right to lefter for Yoo. And in you go. Yoo-hae Ran. Well, she's come to play on this back nine. That's a third birdie, a second on a par, third on a par 3 today. She hits the front by herself for the moment at 13 under par. It's never in doubt. Center cup. Like I mentioned on the previous screen, it's just that range of putt where you can freewheel it with no expectations. That's a birdie 2. Kim Soo-ji now trails by 2. Third shot to the 16th. And a very poor one at that. Goodness, I don't think that's going to roll all the way back into the water. That's a big miss for a professional of her caliber from only 92 meters. She hasn't really had her best stuff. I mean, hasn't had a bogey today, Soo-ji, but you feel she's let quite a number of opportunities slide away. Up on 17 to return us to a tie at the top of the leaderboard. Jung-Eun Lee 6. Slightly harder putt than Heyran's. This one wants to move away from her, and always, as we say for righty, putts that break away from you, just that much trickier. Compound that by putting through your own shadow. But she's up to the task. That one dives in the middle. Jung-Eun Lee 6 joins Yoo-hae Ran at the top of the leaderboard once again. What a tussle we're having on moving day, with still one round to play. Tell you what, if we have a finish like this tomorrow afternoon, it could be one of the championships of the year. It was close last week at the Wii Mix. Could be even better this week at the SK. Now Hyun-kyung to stay one back. Good up and down. Soo-ji, not a difficult chip and run this. It's got to be played with a little bit of pace coming uphill. Nicely played. Disappointed didn't have a look at birdie Kim Soo-ji. But the par keeps her 2 back now.
난 파3가 좋아.
Left to play for the group of Hyun-kyung, Lee 6 and Yoo-hae Ran. 2018 KLPGA Rookie of the Year, 2019 LPGA Tour Rookie of the Year. One of the co-leaders at this stage of the 2022 SK Network Seoul Economic Women's Classic.
SK요?
Park Hyun-kyung, Lee 6. The runner on the day hasn't put a foot wrong. On the green, Kaya for 67. Had the line, which will have a second successive 68 to leave her very much in the picture for a second win of her career and the year. 10 under par going into Sunday. Lee Ga-young. That was so mean. The 16th to make it a three-way tie again. Firm with this, putting uphill. Maybe a ball left. Stay up. Well done. Perfect pace. And she ties the lead at 13 under par. What a topsy-turvy moving day we've had here at the Pinks Golf Club. 27-hole property, the north, east and west courses, using the east and the west this week. And the fate of this championship still very much up in the air with 18 to play. Jung Yoon-ji now ready to play her second into the closing hole. 138 left from the left edge of the fairway. Second on tour in par 4 scoring average. Got the number wrong there, got it badly wrong, because that's going to release all the way up to yesterday's hole location. That's no gimme two putt for Jung Yoon-ji. Two of your three co-leaders in this penultimate group. Front group out of range, Lee 6. Ready to take to this tee. You can see the slope of the fairway from our tee box camera. Ideally just up the left edge, everything will kick right. It has been a problematic pin position today. Only 4 birdies yielded for the field. And even though it's in that same section as it was yesterday for round 2, just the fact that you only have 5 paces short and left, it just means you have to be so precise with your second shots. E6, just aiming it left of the hospitality. White structure in the distance, I should say. Talk about frozen rope. Probably cut about 3 feet in the air. Excellent tee shot from Lee 6. And out of the right half of the fairway, offers a slightly better angle. But again, you don't win a US Open if you don't know how to plot your way around a golf course. Be hard pressed to pick a favorite going into the final round tomorrow. Now, here are similar target, similar shot required. This one turned over a touch. And, that's a bit of a mistake from the 21-year-old. Looks like that's rolled up against the far lip of the bunker as well. Not a spot you want to miss it. You'd rather be in that right fairway bunker. Lips far more manageable. And the angle's much better. Now, Hyun-kyung, also a driver. I wasn't telling you to hit it in the fairway bunker, Hyun Kyung, but she's found the easier of the two. A bit of a loose swing there, the two-time major champ. 17 and Lee So-mi. Between the 5 and the 6. Lean on a 6 a bit here. What you got to do is carry and cover that right bunker. Indeed, 6 iron for So-mi. Deep in that back right pocket of the green. Hung back trying to hoist that one in the air. Did she get all of it? No. Come on down. Okay. It's a good leave there. Right side of the ridge. Going to be a quick putt. Going to be an outside chance for birdie. Suji has worked tirelessly in the off-season to be able to work her ball both ways. Was predominantly a draw of the golf ball in 2021. Still is. We've seen over the course of this season that when she needs to hit a little fade, she can do it. That would be the preferred shot shape here into this back right pin position. Suji also going with a 6 iron. Inch perfect. Don't think she meant to take it that far right, but it's going to work out nicely for Kim Soo-ji. As Mount Halla looks down upon us. Lee 6, Yoo Hae-ran and Lee So-mi share pole position at 13 under par. 118. Downhill. Goes left to right at the start. Should straighten up at the end. Pace was okay, but to be done for a 4. I mentioned it earlier on, her only drop shots this week have come on the closing 3-hole stretch. 17, solely through the shadows, through the stretching shadows here late in the evening at the West Course at Pink's Golf Club. Downhill, left to righter to get to 14 under. Oh, has she hit it? Oh, she hasn't. Greens do slow up later in the day, obviously very slowly, but grass does grow and sometimes it just gets spiked up a little bit, causes it to lose some pace. ENG for a par and a 69 today. That's a nice 2-putt. A bogey-free round of 69 for Jung Yoon-ji. Start the final round at 10 under, one of 7 players in double digits under par through 3 days. Bae So-hyun, topsy-turvy day. Started at 9 under. She's had 3 birdies, 4 bogeys. This to get back to even for the round once more. Not going to come back from there. Oh, she's got quite the comeback putt. I wonder if Somi's birdie effort just scared her a little. Here on, very close to the lip here, but still should have a short enough club to be able to get elevation to clear the creek. She leaped that right. She has. It's dry. That's bunkered. And from that height, that very well may be plugged. Only player in this penultimate group to drop a shot today, and that came at the opening hole. Hate to have bookend bogeys. There's otherwise been a very good round of golf on Saturday. Hyun Kyung waiting in the bunker. It looks like the 6 may have a go first. Indeed it is. The 6-time KLPGA Tour winner. Perfect spot to flag an iron here. 126 left. Nice flat line. It's a gettable pin. Throw it a little bit long and left. Try and use that slope. Pass the flag. Pretty good. Jung Lee 6. Once again, all 3 players in this group at 5 under for their 3rd rounds. Kim Soo-ji back on 17 for a 4th birdie of the day. Got a little lucky with that tee shot. Can she take advantage? No, she can't. Sent it out a little too wide. But her floor has raised so much in the last 2 years. Even what can constitute a poor round of golf today, she's still 3 under and only 2 back. Hyun Kyung. As long as that little grass mound at the bunker isn't bothering her, oh, it might be. This one quite cleanly. Turned up quick enough. A lot of spin on it. Just enough to catch the front edge of the green for Park Hyun Kyung. PGA Championship back in February 2021. She is very much in the title hunt. Late October 2022. It just crosses 4:30 in the evening, local time on Jeju Island. The sun slowly setting on a stunning day of golf here on the KL PGA Tour. Which depends on the lie for Iran here, what kind of options she has. I don't think it was a very good one, because that's the best she could muster. Could have very well played her way out of tomorrow afternoon's final group with a late mistake off the tee at 18. Still saved a really good par back on 10. After some misadventures in the sand. He paid the price for missing the 18th fairway. Go back to the tee and show you the final hole here at Pink's Golf Club on Jeju Island. The West Course's closing hole. 2 bunkers, left one no good, right one, well, still no good, but a little bit better than being left. Again, wide fairway that cambers from left to right. Started up the left-hand side, you should get a little help to feed it to the middle of the fairway. That water will not come into play for these ladies. There is a little creek that could catch up players that do find a poor lie in the sand. And it's a mammoth green, 36 paces deep with one slender bunker guarding the right-hand side. The pin today in arguably the toughest spot on this green, just 6 from the front and 4 from the left. Sony looking a little bit further left than Heyran and Lee 6. Opening up the right half of the fairway, and that's an excellent tee shot from Lee So-mi. Green though, Lee 6 for would be quite the finish here. It's 2 under through 3, 10 straight pars and 3 birdies in her last 4 holes. This for 3 in a row to close the day. Set the target at 14 under par through 3 rounds. Right to left, sort of putting across the hill more than down it. Hurry ball. Bit of a weak effort. But if that one drops, and it should, you feel, it's going to be a 3rd round in the 60s for Lee 6. Suji. He's birdied this hole every single day and starts with a good tee shot. Kyung is there. One last hurrah. Putt. Gotta be firm with it. got the pace, didn't quite have the line. Still, I've been very pleased with a 67 if you offered her that score at the start of the day. Drop shots in the round of Park Hyun-kyung. No drop shots in the round of Jung-in Lee 6. The only bogey in this group came from Yoo Hae-ran in the very first hole. But Yoo, with this to avoid a closing bogey and tarnish what was otherwise an equally solid round of 67. Jung-in Lee 6's marker about 3 feet away. Runs just got a skirt left of it. Going some decent pace, and it should hold its line. A terrific up and down for Yoo Hae-ran. A gutsy par. Gets away with one for the second time on the back nine, and she posts 13 under par through 54 holes. For the moment, tied for the lead. That might be good enough to get her into tomorrow's final group. Another look at the reaction. She knew the importance of that putt. Some golfing from these three ladies. So that's the first 67 recorded in this group. I don't think it's going to be the last. Six. Even though only about 2 feet away. Still want to go through that routine. I want to change anything. Treat every shot the same, because at the end of the day, the value of a 250-meter drive and a 2-foot putt exactly the same. Just one shot in the scorecard. That's a bogey-free 67 from Lee 6. Hasn't won in 4 years in the KLPGA Tour. She'll start Sunday at 13 under. And she'll start it alongside Yoo Hae-ran for the second straight day. Park Hyun-kyung, he should be on 13 under par as well after missing that golden chance from short range on 16 to complete the second bogey-free round in this group, and to complete a hat trick of 67s. Some sensational golf from these three ladies. Park Hyun-kyung looking to return to the winner's circle. She's given herself every opportunity. She will start Sunday 1 stroke behind. Lee could get to 14 under par. Hyun-kyung very much in the picture. Well, 3 players left to complete their rounds on this action-packed Saturday on the island of Jeju. Unfortunately, Bae So-hyun did miss that comebacker for par, so she's now fallen back to 7 under, 2 over for the round. It's going to be Kim Soo-ji first to play. All 3 ladies hitting the fairway off the tee. It's so very key, and more importantly, they're all in the right half of it, so slightly flatter lie. Soo-ji's flagged a couple of irons today, but only has 3 birdies to show for it. She'll be keen to have another crack at this closing hole. Straight at it. Just going to trundle on a little bit. Excellent shot from Suji. Perhaps a little jacked up on adrenaline. One more birdie crack for the two-time winner this season. One of only 3 ladies to have bagged multiple titles. Suji and Cho Ayan with a pair of victories each, and of course Park Min-ji with 5, including 2 major titles. Come on, So Hyun, finish on a high note. Just catch a gust of wind. I don't think that's finished in the creek. Whatever it was, that was an unforced error. One of many. The 21-year-olds trek around the east and west courses today. The most breeze we've seen all Saturday long. So Neil has to go from 113. Don't expect this to be short of the pin. Shot from Lee So-mi, flat putt for the outright lead going into Sunday. Another day that has not disappointed on the KLPGA Tour. Major champion Jung and Lee 6 in a 3-way tie for the lead. Ji and Yuhei Ran throwing in matching 67s. 67 from two-time Korean major champion Park Hyun-kyung, leaving her just 1 shot back. But Lee So-mi with an opportunity for the 7th birdie on her day to return the same score and post 14 under par through 54 holes. Suspected not in the water, still the penalty area for Bae So-hyun, but not too difficult. Good touch there. Lovely shot from a fiddly spot on what has been a very difficult day for Bae. Share the halfway lead with Lee So-mi, but now, even if that goes in, going to be at least 6 shots back with 1 round to go. The quality of players that she will be chasing, you feel that may be a bridge too far. Certainly not the case for Kim Soo-ji, who has this putt for a 68. And leader of the points list coming into the week. Let's see, right there, she had a putter a couple of seconds ago. Apex of her putt. To go through that routine, it takes a while, but you understand what she's trying to do. Just see where that ball's going to apex before it starts to take the break and make its way to the hole, and then a midpoint between your marker and that spot. Just trying to work out, picture, visualize that ball rolling through its various checkpoints as it makes its way to the hole. Again, just trying to get everyone's shadow out of the way. Good thing to keep in mind when you're playing late into the evening. The shadows lengthen. You don't want to disturb your playing partners, particularly when they've got important putts like this one for Soo-ji. I've said that the greens are slowing down a little bit over the last hour or so. Careful being too frisky with a putt like this. Easy to gun it sort of 4 or 5 feet past. Just allowing for a little bit more break. Visualizing this ball tracking down its line and entering the hole at around 4 o'clock on the clock face. Soo-ji for a closing birdie. Line, give it plenty of rightful respect. Kim Soo-ji just going to leave a spot on that. She's right on the line of Lee So-mi, who's got a putt to take the solo lead into the closing 18 holes here. Expect that grandstand is going to be packed this time tomorrow evening. And we will crown the 2022 winner of the SK Network Seoul Economic Ladies Classic. Join an illustrious list of past champions, includes former world #1 Ji-ai Shin, Jen, who now plies her trade on the LPGA Tour. Jang Han, who's had her struggles this season but leads the all-time career money list in Korea, and Kim Hyo-joo, the defending champ, who unfortunately had to withdraw at the beginning of play today, leaving us with just 62 players contesting weekend action. So-mi, he's got an idea of what this does. It's just a case of execution now. Split between making and 2-putting this. Right to left, down the hill. For the solo lead. Has she got it? She has! What a finish for Lee So-mi. 7 birdies on the day, an inward half of 33. And she will sleep on the solo lead, chasing a 6th KLPGA Tour title and a first of 2022. That putt is going to give her a boatload of confidence going into tomorrow's final round. The Lee that shared the halfway lead with Somi, going to have a very different feeling as she leaves Pink's Golf Club this evening. It hasn't quite been the day that Bae So Hyun was expecting. About 4 feet here, but will require plenty of attention. Just an inside right edge putt, get it started. Trundle across the front edge of the cup. Yeah, good up and down to end a difficult day for Bae So Hyun. A 74 for her. She will begin the final round 7 shots behind. I think this would be the final shot of Saturday from Kim Soo-ji. Just a little tap in down the hill for her part. She's going to be off in the second to last group once again this week. Going to the final round in solo 5th in the company of Park Hyun Kyung and Lee Ga-young. She's the only player in this 3-ball to record a bogey-free round of golf on Saturday. Well, it was a round that promised a lot more, certainly deserved a lot more for Kim Soo-ji. At the end of the day, it's only a 69. 3 shots will be her deficit to Lee So-mi's 14 under par target. All 62 players done and dusted for moving day. With that said, let's get to some highlights from day 3 at Pink's, shall we? Going to kick things off at the very first hole. Jung-eun Lee 6 signaling her intentions early. Excellent shot to this point. And a 6-foot putt calmly rolled in. The 2019 US Women's Open champion to get off and running. But in the group behind, Lee So-mi, the overnight leader, well, she'd move into sole possession of the lead with a birdie of her own. And up at the third, Yoo Hae-ran dropped a shot at her opening hole, but picked up a birdie at the second. And got into red figures for the day after this stellar wedge shot from 89 meters. Set up a second successive birdie for the 5-time tour titleist. In the group with Hae-ran with a little bit of a longer putt. Jung-eun Lee 6 would also make her 3. Second birdie in her first 3 holes. She was off to the races. But Lee So-mi, from a little bit further along than that, would find a very similar result, pouring that one in the front edge. An identical start to Lee 6. So-mi once again moved 1 clear. And then at the 6th, well, Park Hyun Kyung would enter the conversation. Birdie at the par 5 4th. A blind second shot up the hill. Only 4 feet. Couldn't see it from where she was in the fairway. But she was certainly delighted to walk off the 6th green with a birdie 3. 3 straight pars after her back-to-back birdies for Yoo Hae-ran. Got back amongst the birdies. After this 151 meters 7-iron never left its target. Absolutely flagged. The birdie putt calmly rolled in to take Yoo Hae-ran out to 2 under par 34. So-mi had a bit of a blip at the 6th, dropping a shot. But she would get it right back at the 9th after this handy wedge shot to kick in distance. She would turn in 2 under 34 to take a 1-shot lead into the back 9. While at the 13th, the best player in the world with a hybrid in hand lived up to that billing. 4 under par to this stage. Absolute dart at the pin. A simple conversion for her 5th birdie of the day. Park Hyun-kyung signing for a round of 67 to leave her at 12 under going into Sunday. And the par 3 14th, well, there were some birdie putts hold here, weren't they? Lee 6 from the right edge of the green, pouring that one into the middle. After 10 straight pars, she broke the duck in fantastic fashion with that deuce at the 14th. And not to be outdone, Yoo Hae-ran in the same group with a very similar result. Plenty of chances did Hae-ran. Finally, one dropped for her from about 25 feet. So Lee in the group behind. Got a warning for falling behind pace of play. I'll tell you what speeds up pace of play. Only taking 2 shots to cover the distance required on 14. Brilliant tee shot to pin high and a nicely holed putt that took Lee So-mi back out in front once again. And at the 16th, Lee 6 with a perfect number from 97 meters. You can watch this on repeat all day long. One hop, hit the brakes. She would hit the front. The birdie on the par 5. And at the 17th, a real touch of shot-making class here. With a slightly longer club, a high-cut 5-iron. Played to absolute perfection for Jung-eun Lee 6. Hae-ran with a pretty good 5-iron of her own and turned the tables from 14. She was first in with a birdie at the 17th. Yoo Hae-ran with the bogey-free 67. It's at 13 under par. But Lee So-mi would have the last laugh. Birdie at the 16th to follow hers at 14, and she walked this one in for a closing birdie on the 18th. Her 7th of the day, a round of 67. And it's Lee So-mi who leads by 1 with 18 holes to play at this year's SK Network Seoul Economic Women's Classic. But she's got some serious firepower to contend with. Lee 6, Hae-ran, Hyun-kyung, Suji, Ga-young, Yoon-ji rounding out your top 7. It should be an absolutely cracking final round here on Jeju Island. Do join us for that tomorrow afternoon. Until then, this is Timothy Lowe saying have a wonderful Saturday evening, everyone. Goodbye from South Korea, and we'll see you tomorrow on the KLPGA Tour. Bye-bye for now.
오! 나이스! 푸시야?
나이스. 땡큐.
이글이야?
이건가?
그거. 천천히 가고 있어, 그거.
카메라가 있네. 만드는 말이야.
재작년인가? 포천에스에서 막 야간 아무튼 일몰 걸릴까봐 너 엄청 뛰었던 진짜 있어요. 근데 네가 내 앞쪽이었는데 진짜 애가 날라다니는 거야. 앞에서 있는데 아니 지금 일어나기 싫어가지고 진짜 어떻게 해서든 뛴다 이거는. 미치고 무조건 뛰고 아니 날라다녀 애가 무슨 고라니처럼. 아니 언니 이거 많은 동물 중에 왜 고라니야? 아니 그만큼 말랐다고. 진짜 많이 쳤고 정말 미국에서 혼자 쳤거든요. 시합 때. 이거는 거기서 이제 예선을 잘라서 이제 두 명씩 거기서부터 두 명씩 나가는 건데 인원이 딱 홀수인 거야. 그래서 내가 그때 그거였어요. 턱걸이였어. 근데 혼자 치는데 기록이 첫 조였어? 네, 첫 조지. 그게 다 원이에요. 1번으로만 나와. 그러니까 이제 라인 돌고 기다리는 게 없어. 기록을 세우자. 이래도 라인을 타타타타탁 라인을 쳤는데 1시간? 1시간 쳤어. 그래서 후반은 1시간 안에 끝내자. 근데 우리 캐디가 너무 힘들어하는 거야. 왜냐면 캐디 뛰어야 되는 애들. 난 뛰는 걸 좋아하니까 치고 뛸 수 있어. 근데 내 캐디는 그리고 이거 스코어 드는 사람들도 좀만 천천히 가라고. 여기 기록 쓸데없이 기록을 세우자. 이거 포기했잖아. 진짜 웃겨.
마이너스 2요? 네. 이거 9번 홀이요. 이거 9번 홀.